Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the Gooners and Gloves Podcast channel. In today's video, it's going to be the 38th Gooners and Gloves Podcast, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and reactions to Arsenal's game versus Brentford in the Premier League, the first Premier League game of 2025 and Arsenal's first game of 2025, and it's a fantastic way for us to have opened 2025 with a huge 3-1 win. Definitely a statement, a really good performance. While it didn't start out the best and was shaky at first, we grew into the game and I thought we put on a really good performance by the end of it, so really delighted. It's a great way to kick off 2025. Just a few things before we get into the video. First of all, I want to wish every single one of you a happy new year. To anybody that's joining me for 2025, welcome along, and to anybody who's following me from 2024, I thank you very much, and I hope to continue seeing you on the channel. So I want to wish every single one of you a happy new year. I really hope you had a great 2024 and that you have an even better 2025. Hopefully you got to spend some time with friends, family, etc. for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But alas, let's get into this video. So Arsenal versus Brentford, Arsenal 3, Brentford 1, a great performance. Now, I will start off with the first 20 minutes, which I will say were quite poor. Like, I did think that we started this game off really badly. So, Brentford actually opened the scoring in this game, so it was a great ball from Mikel Damsgaard, and then Bryan Mbeumo finished it off. Bryan Mbeumo, what a season he's having, a really good finish from him, and yeah, he's having an unreal season, and unfortunately, he did go on to score against us as well, so it's another game without a clean sheet. But, you know, as I said, the GTEC Community Stadium has not been an easy place to go to this season. As we know, in terms of home form, Brentford are actually, I think, top in the league in terms of home form. So that's why this is such a great result for us. But, yeah, Bryan Mbeumo opened the scoring off a Mikel Damsgaard ball. And very soon after, they were very close to scoring again. So it was a really strong shot at David Raya, and David Raya didn't quite have strong enough hands, so the ball did go through his hands, and then he very nearly let it into the empty net, but a fantastic save. He leaped for it and was able to get it off the line. It was a huge save, really crucial, in my opinion, one of the most crucial moments of the game, because only about a minute or two later, Gabriel Jesus would equalize for us. So it was a huge equalizer. Really good stuff from Gabriel Jesus. So a shot was fired at the goalkeeper Mark Flecken, and Mark Flecken makes a really good save from the shot that was fired off at him. But then Gabriel Jesus, in the perfect position, heads it into the empty net to make it 1-1. So that was a big equalizer, and I definitely think the momentum shifted from there. I did think that Arsenal from that point on grew more into the game. We looked better. We looked, you know, more better attacking wise. We improved we tightened up and improved the defense. There were actually a couple of players that weren't in the squad today. So first of all, there was Kai Havertz. Now, from what I can tell, apparently there was a bug going around the Arsenal camp. So we even saw Rice and Trossard benched as well, which I'm assuming is probably due to them having also felt the effects of the bug. But Kai Havertz was not in the squad at all, so I'm assuming it's because of the bug. So hopefully he'll get better soon and be back soon. But yeah, so in an interesting experiment, we actually saw Ethan Nwaneri in the right winger position. So I'm not sure if that's because of Trossard like being ill and not being able to play, or if Arteta decided to try something new. I guess he looked okay. Naturally, Nwaneri's a midfielder. He's not a winger, so, you know, he definitely struggled in that position. But, you know, given the context, he looked okay, but it wasn't like anything special. But, you know, obviously, he's not used to playing winger. He's used to playing midfielder. So it was an interesting experiment by Mikel Arteta, and I want you guys to let me know down below if you thought it worked, or if you guys think that Nwaneri should stick to being a midfielder. Let me know what you guys thought about that. But Gabriel Jesus makes it 1-1, and then from there, not really much else happened in the first half. We kind of just went back and forth. Possession was fairly even. We created chances. Brentford had like a couple of chances, but I think by this point we began to figure them out, and we began to defend a lot better. So this is just a game that I think we grew into. I think we started off really poor, and I think in the first 20 minutes it was really a rough watch. But for the remaining 70 minutes, we really grew into the game. We looked a lot more composed. We looked a lot better, and I was very happy with what I saw for the rest of the game. So we headed into half time. And then coming back from half-time, not too long afterwards, Mikel Merino makes it 2-1, only a few minutes into the second half. So obviously the first half ended 1-1, goals from Mbeumo and also Jesus. But very soon into the second half, it was Mikel Merino who made it 2-1. And I must say, Mikel Merino I thought was really solid in this game. As you guys can see, I put him on the stars list. And it's not just because he scored, but also I just thought he looked really good defensively, made some good passes. And in my opinion, he's someone who's been quite solid, but has not really been that appreciated as of recently. Like, I do think he's been a bit underrated as of recent. I honestly think he's been pretty solid whenever he has played. And today, I think he did a good job. So a corner was delivered and the ball ended up at Mikel Merino's feet and he was able to finish it. So none of the goals today were actually were officially assisted by anybody because they just weren't in situations where they were considered assists. The ball would bounce off one player, go to another, and then it would end up with the goal scorer. But a lot of the time, so for example, for Jesus' goal, the ball was fired at Flecken. Flecken saved it and then it bounced to Jesus and then Jesus headed it in. In Merino's case, again, there was a bit of a scramble in the box and eventually the ball landed at his feet and he finished it off. A nice finish by Mikel Merino, his second ever goal for Arsenal, his first one of course being against Liverpool, but I was really happy with Mikel Merino today. I thought he looked really good. Aside from his goal, he made good passes today, he looked good defensively, made a couple of decent runs, so quite happy with him. Great goal. And then from there, we got a lot more comfortable, and then very soon after, Gabriel Martinelli with a fantastic goal. Great finish, definitely the goal of the night. Great goal. So he receives it, and it's a volley, and it's just a fantastic volley. I think one of the Brentford defenders headed it to him, and then he took the opportunity, set himself, and then rifled in a volley. Brilliant shot. Great stuff. Martinelli, great goal. He's been looking a lot better recently. I'm very happy with how he's been playing, and he's someone who's actually been great. So fantastic goal by Gabriel Martinelli. Really nice a volley, a great goal. And from that point, the game was pretty much put to bed. At that point, we were completely comfortable. We defended well. We nullified Brentford's chances. They still created the odd occasional one, but we were able to nullify them quite well. And eventually, we saw the game out 3-1. So a massive result. Obviously, this is also big because Chelsea actually lost 2-0 to Ipswich in quite surprising results. So that's why this is so big. So we now go 4 points clear of Chelsea. Nottingham Forest continuing to have an incredible season. They're actually now third in the league, and we are, I think, 2 points clear of them. Let me just fact check that for you guys. I think it's 2 points. Just gonna pull up the Premier League table real quick. So give me 1 second. So let's see here the table. Yeah, so we're 2 points clear of Nottingham Forest. So, of course, Liverpool sit at the top with 45 points and we're 6 points behind. I'm aware that they still have a game in hand, but honestly, I still think we're in the title race. I think we're looking fine. Obviously, I'm never going to say that, we're better off without Saka. I would never say that because we're definitely not. But we are still doing fine, and hopefully we can continue to do fine in his absence. I do still think that Arteta will likely try and prioritize a right winger in the January transfer window, and obviously we'll see what he does about a number 9. But I thought we looked great today. I thought our attack looked really good. It didn't start off that way, but we grew into the game and we looked a lot better as it carried on. So, as mentioned before, we're now 4 points. Yes, we're now 4 points clear of Chelsea, who have 35 points, with a further 3 points dropped against Ipswich, and we're 2 points clear of Nottingham Forest. However, we're still 6 behind Liverpool. Forest and Liverpool do actually face each other very soon, and Nottingham is the only team that has beaten Liverpool. So hopefully Nottingham Forest can get a result against Liverpool. I don't really have any hope of Manchester United getting any result against Liverpool, so I'm not even gonna put a prayer on it because it's just not gonna happen. Like, Liverpool are almost certainly gonna beat Man United. Of course, I hope I'm wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do hope I'm incorrect because at the end of the day, Liverpool are the title rivals, so obviously I'm gonna want them to lose. But I just can't see how United can possibly go there and get anything. But if United want to prove me wrong, then please go ahead and I'd happily take it. But yeah, focusing on ourselves now, our next game is Brighton away. Another place that isn't particularly easy to go to, the Amex Stadium. But hopefully we can go there, get the job done. I think it's a similar story to Brentford in that they're quite a good attack, but they're not particularly great defensively. So as long as we can go there, be nice and compact, have a good defense, which again, I thought our defense was really good today. I know we didn't keep the clean sheet, but really that goal was pretty much Brentford's only opportunity. They didn't really create much else aside from the one goal scoring moment. Obviously, I'd still like if we actually kept clean sheets and we stopped having those moments, but alas, I still thought it was a really good defensive performance all round. So it's a similar story at the Amex, where Brighton have a pretty solid attack, but not really a great defense. Now, obviously, we did actually drop points to them at home at the Emirates. I also think this is quite an important game because we did actually drop points to them at home at the Emirates when Rice was sent off. So I definitely also think from that perspective, from mentality perspective, it's an important game to be winning. So yeah, it's an important game on Saturday at the Amex, so that's now the priority. And then obviously going on from there, we'll have the Carabao Cup first leg and the FA Cup third round. So a lot of stuff coming up in the coming weeks. But yeah, all in all, a very solid performance, a great way to kick off 2025. Really happy with Arsenal's performance. I thought we were great. And yeah, it's another win and we're on to the next. So yeah, 4 points clear of Chelsea, 2 points of Nottingham Forest, and we are 6 points behind Liverpool. That is the current standings. So, definitely still in it. We're definitely still in the title race. It's not easy by any means, but it's definitely, there's no way I'm going to say that we're out of it because we're not. So, yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So, I almost forgot. Sorry, let's go through the stars of the game. Sorry, I nearly forgot. So, yeah, first of all, Gabriel Jesus, self-explanatory. Aside from the goal that he scored, which was a nice solid header, I also just thought he looked really good throughout the game. He was probably our most creative player, I'd say. You know, always looking for opportunities, creating chances, and I just thought he looked solid today, so I was happy with him. Gabriel Martinelli, same story. Looked really creative, great runs. Looked solid, a really well taken goal, definitely the goal of the night, and just looked really good from an attacking perspective. Ran, you know, made some really good runs, good passes, good interceptions, and just looked very solid. And then finally, Mikel Merino, I thought, as I said before, aside from his goal, which was well taken, he also looked really solid defensively, made some good interceptions, good tackles, great passes, some solid runs, and just looked very good. Probably his best performance in an Arsenal shirt so far, so it's good to see that, and good on him for having a great performance. But yeah, so that's my 3 stars for this match: Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Mikel Merino. Please let me know if you agree with that. Please let me know if you think I've missed someone out that should be on here. But yeah, another thing to note from this game is that Jurrien Timber did get a 5th yellow card, so he will be missing the Brighton away game, which is definitely not ideal. Thankfully, Gabriel Jesus did not suffer that same fate, as thankfully Jesus did not get a 5th yellow, so he'll be fine to play. And now, of course, with 19 game weeks having passed and being halfway through the season, the yellow cards will now reset. Unfortunately, Timber could not avoid the yellow card, so he will be suspended for the next game against Brighton, so it's just something to bear in mind. Hopefully we'll see Kai Havertz back in the starting 11 in the next game. We'll have to see. Again, I'm assuming he was ill with the bug that's been going around the camp, so hopefully he gets well soon, and hopefully Kai Havertz will get well soon, and hopefully we can see him against Brighton. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I always appreciate your support. Once again, Happy New Year to everybody. Really hope you guys enjoyed 2024, and I really hope you have an even better 2025. As I mentioned before, whether you're following me from 2024 or joining me in 2025, I appreciate you all the same, and thank you so much for your support. You guys mean the world to me, and thank you so much for listening to me talking about these games. The boxing podcasts will be back soon, as there's some good boxing coming up in January, so look forward to those. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know down below what you thought of Arsenal's performance versus Brentford. Let me know who your stars were, who you think's looking really good, etc. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in another podcast soon. Bye bye.